We are in business. Good morning, good morning. My name is Sivonnia DeBarros. I am here this morning with Mr. Darren Williams, the COO of Arisalon Media. Today we're going to be talking about brand maintenance and legacy building during a national crisis. That takes us into quality control, which I feel it goes a very long way. I'm one of those people, customer service, please, if I'm your customer, I want to know that you're going to put your special touch on it. If I call, if I have a problem, you're going to go the extra mile to make sure that you're taking care of me as your customer. And that is a part of quality control. So now a part in the midst of our crisis, our COVID-19, why is quality control very important right now for a small business owner or entrepreneur, Darren?
Sure. I think the biggest thing is that with everybody scrambling for different aspects of whatever it may be, it is our responsibility as business owners or entrepreneurs, but business owners in particular, to be somewhat of a consistency for our clients, but also the general public, to know that if there is somebody who's able to exude that calm, that consistency, to make sure that no matter what's going on outside of the business, that things are going to remain the same. They know that they can rely on that. They know that that's not something extra that they're going to have to worry about, because let's say whatever service or product you provide is an integral part of their business that they need to continue to work. Then if you think that we're going to cut it off at the source and not be able to provide that, then that's something extra that they have to provide in order to continue to operate business as usual. So quality control is essential as far as not just personally moving forward your own business, but ensuring that there is a level of understanding within the clients to know that you're going to be there for that aspect of their business as well.
Right. And you also want to make sure that your customers or potential customers, when they follow up with you on something, you're not scrambling to try to, make ends meet. You've thought about this, not necessarily in the sense of this particular crisis at this particular moment, but you've put a plan in place or try to put a plan in place so that you can make sure that your customers get that same great customer service from you, regardless of what is happening in the world. Prime example now, so I'm a practicing attorney here in Chicago. Well, one of the things I started getting from all of the courts that I go to, we're getting these blast orders, okay? This is how we're gonna control this, up until, I think it was March, 15th or 16th or something. There was an order issued where, hey, after this date, no more court. No one comes to court. We will send you all notification about your next court date or follow up with your clerk's office. And then there were additional follow-up orders from the federal court just to tell you, okay, what should you be doing at this time? The State Bar Association sent notifications. Hey, we're not going to do in-person webinars, or web CLE programs, continuing legal education. This is what we're going to do. So all of these companies have done, created some avenue in educating, number one, the people who are using their services on the crisis that is taking place. And then two, giving them some guidance on what we want you to do in, to stay healthy, number one, but to also follow up with us and make sure that you can still do whatever it is that you need to do for your client, for your course that you want to take, or what have you. So quality control, it goes a long way for most entrepreneurs and small business owners. Your business will depend on how well you implement quality control plan in the midst of a crisis. It's very true. If you don't have one now, I truly feel like you should be using this time. Right. Use this time right now to create a quality control. If we can't control everything that's going to happen in this world, especially something like a pandemic. And there are also things that may happen just in your own life or in your own business. You know, say someone leaves the business who had a critical position. Well, what are you going to do when that happens? You know, what if that person is the point man for every consumer that comes into that business? There's a quality control that have to be implemented at that point. And if you can't implement the quality control, you may very well lose the foundation consumers who are actually helping your business to grow.
Absolutely. I think it transcends, like you mentioned, past a national pandemic or crisis.
Yes.
It could be, you know, whatever. If you're a local business and you don't actually tend to clients that are outside of your general area, and you rely on a specific product or service within that area, and at that point it goes and is unaccessible at that time,
Right.
then that's also a crisis. Then you have
Right.
to figure out how you're going to replace that. What are you going to come back with in order to continue to provide the service or product that you were with that product?
Right, because it's a business crisis because you failed to meet the customer's needs. Right. It's that level of customer service. I mean, you have to be able to think outside the box, not just in the time of a crisis, but in the time of business, period. And especially as an entrepreneur, you are probably the only one in your business who, you know, are implementing different things. So you want to be as creative as possible to make sure that you're creating something that is unique from your other competitors, but you also want to make sure that you provide that level of customer service and quality control to meet those individual needs. Right?